Dodge the MTO misses. Here we are on day 3 of our Germany 2026 trip. And so on this day, we went to Tübingen. Tübingen is a college town. So the average age of Tübingen is quite young with all these students in the town. So it took us a while, I think, to get to the old style. Yeah. So it took us a while to get there, but when we did, it was beautiful. One of the first things we saw again was a bridge, and where we said the previous town had bridges, had flowers on the bridge, this one is really large flower arrays all the way down the side of it. And the river area was very well developed. You had a lot of boat rentals, and so a lot of people down in the water there, which is pretty cool. From there, we walked through the town and we got up into the castle. And so that castle is largely intact, a little bit different than the other ones we saw. There's museums in the castle, but probably the coolest thing about the castle was the man in that area, again, science, a science focus for the for the universities. And so he discovered nucleic acid, which was one of the first steps to actually understanding DNA. So that's quite a claim they have there. So again, just a really pretty town and lots of young people in it. So enjoy.
All right, we are in Tübingen and the Hauptbahnhof, and like many of the Bahnhofs we've been to this year, it's under major reconstruction. Could normally be a very cool building. You know, it's got dual wings, and we are in Tübingen, and gotta figure out where we want to go. You can see there's the castle, Hohentübingen, and you got over here. I might have that backwards. That might be Hohentübingen, but I think that is. But really cool right through here. Right, so we're literally just across the street from the train station. We sat down, a little bit of shade to have a little snack. It's lunchtime, but we're gonna go light after eating pretty heavy yesterday. And we had breakfast. But beautiful little park, and you just got all these stately buildings hidden behind the trees here. Statue there, a giant swan down here. He's quite a distance away, but he's big. Alright, well, we want to find maybe a tourist information and then figure out the best course of action through the town. But nice little park to start off the place. Not sure what it means when they have a statue of one of the local greats and surrounded by porta potties, but it is what it is. So that's the Neckar River there, and then Alright, we are at the Neckar River. The Altstadt is right in front of us. One of the more famous scenes of Tübingen is this row of houses. I'll get closer over there when I can, but beautiful flowers, nice river. This is what I love about the old German towns. Now, it is a bit of a tourist town. Oh, that's a beautiful sight there. That's over there, that's the white building, that's called the Schwabenhaus. sure what the building is at the very top, but it looks like it's flying a Dutch flag. But up this way, you got some older buildings here, but it's mostly tourist shopping area. Now, Tübingen is a university town, and it's the youngest town in Germany because over a third of, well, just under a third of its population is college students. So along with the regular population, then all the college students from around the world. The average age of a citizen in Tübingen is under 40. So it's a young town, and it's a very cool town. Tübingen's also famous for these canal boats, and certain weekends throughout the summer they have races. But tourists can rent and take a little stroll along the canal. I don't know if we'll do that, but we'll see. But yeah, we're getting into so you have the college students, you have tourists. It's going to be a busy town. So every 10 or 20 meters you get another view of this, but this is great. There, now I can get it all in. There's one of the houses in the postcard. Let's go across the street, other than we got to watch out for the bike, so maybe we should cross at the cross. So this is the Inselnecker, the little park we were at to start the video was over there. And then this is actually an island, so there's a little bit of the river on one side, a little bit of the river on the other, and then Tübingen proper is here. So the Neckar Insel, the Neckar Island. All these boats coming through, that's kind of cool. Alright, so we are now in the pedestrian zone of the Altstadt. That is the tower to the Stiftkirche, the Founders Church. Ice cream and crepes there. Joyce doesn't like crepes. I love crepes. Kopfzigarren. It's not cigars anymore, but it once was. Oh, specialty drinks. Wow. Well, you want to go down there real quick and get into that square, and then we can come back up and head towards the Rathaus. The old, the Börse is down there. So I've got some of the old walls here and some long steps up back. And that back there is so you'll see the name Holderlein here, or Holderlin, many times. That was a famous German writer, poet, a writer. And there's a little tower here called the Hohentübingen Turm. But this city is built on levels, and they conformed the city to the levels. They didn't try to force the levels to conform to the city. So I want to veer to the left here.
Yeah.
So that's the Hohentübingen Tower. Whoa. This is the Alte Börse here. If my archaic German accurate, Börse is the same thing in the proper German Börse, which would have been an exchange. So this would have been the basically the old medieval equivalent of a stock market. Where? Pardon?
Businesses that came up on the river?
Well, for everything, investment, you know, this would be similar to the Kaiser House in Goslar, for example, the Wert House.
Okay.
I think we're working our way up around to the castle. Okay, so we should go up that way. What? Yeah. So this is the Stift, and then you're on the Klosterberg, the monastery hill. But already there's something really cool to see through here. You're only seeing a part of it. The Rathaus.
Fancy.
We're going that way, but we're coming up on the Rathaus and the Marktplatz here. So very cool. This is awesome. Oh, this is very cool. I hope I can get this all in one shot. The steps, well, there are no steps. The stones are slippery and uneven. I said this city conformed to the hills. It didn't try to make the hills conform to it. Now I can pretty much get it in here. This is the Rathaus. That's cool. Absolutely stunning. The city just winds in so many different directions. Here comes Joyce. Is the Apotheke closing for lunch or closing for the day? It's 1 o'clock. It could be closing for the day. Yeah. So, what do you think of the Tübingen Rathaus in Marktplatz?
Very pretty. A little bit different. The half timber houses around it are very cute.
You know, it doesn't have all the, you know, like in Tübingen, a lot of the houses were pastels.
Yeah.
Or not Tübingen, I'm sorry, in Rothenburg ob der Tauber, you had a lot of pastels. This one is more real. I don't think they would have had quite the pastels back in the day. Working our way to the castle. Yeah. All right, so our little turnoff is here, and we're going uphill towards the castle. Probably won't be going that way, but you never know. Just amazing place. Joyce just powers on. All right, we're on Kapitensweg. We're coming through one of the old gates. Somebody said there's no graffiti in Germany. All right, so we just finished our hike up another pretty steep step, and here we are. We're on what I think would be considered the north end of the castle, or the eastern end. So, another German castle.
Okay. That looks real, but is it a statue?
It's a statue.
Yeah, okay. Go for it? No. What's this?
Wolverine like, but badger.
Badger. It's a badger.
Whew. We've survived another steep hike. Alright, let's go see what we can see. Alright, so I actually just saw several lizards on the stairs over here, but by the time we could get the camera out, they were quick and gone. So we're just walking around that tower. Saw in the video a few seconds ago. Nice big round tower, which tells you it probably was built in the later Middle Ages because round towers absorbed cannon shots better than square towers. And we are now going into the castle.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
No, rain.
Probably just condensation off of things, but yeah, it could be rain. In we go. Kind of like the Marksburg, but more like the Königstein. That long entrance in and up, but similar to the Marksburg. And the Königstein. Alright, up the stairs some more and get the big reveal. Whoop.
Which is weird because like 2 years ago we just said I don't even know if I want to have the wine booth someday and what to do with it and why choosing even not like that she's
A video.
Sonst bist du zu weit weg.
Nein. Ich gehe die andere Well, I'm ducked.
I don't know that you have to duck. It's probably about 6'5". We went to just a little not the entry at first.
Ta-da! Here, Friedrich Miescher in 1869 discovered the nucleus. Oh, this is from a monument they found of Augustus Caesar.
Looks like Caesar.
And it looks like Augustus. Okay, so this one, I forget what this, but he kept different animals. He kept animals up here.
Gotcha.
And so like that one is called the Bärengraben, the bear pit.
Okay.
They had bears down there. And then this is the, so here's you're fine. How does it know? And old arrow loops. And what's inside there, I don't know how well you can see it. I'll try to zoom in. Is basically the equivalent of part of a Roman ballista. So apparently they would fortify that and they could shoot heavy bolts there. But that has Roman ballista there. And then this is called the 5-corner tower. And unfortunately it's closed today. But this is all part of the university, so you actually have classes here and have things here, but a nice view over the town. There's the train station in the distance. And all the hills in the distance. There's the church tower. The Stiftskirche. The Johanneskirche is that way more. What do you think of this view, baby? So this is not, it's a pentagon, but it's an uneven pentagon. It's a 5-corner, but its sides are not even. It's a non-parallel pentagram. I forget what they officially call that. Yeah, there's more to explore here. So that's where we just came out of the courtyard of the keep. Here's the Johanneskirche. So the flag of Baden-Württemberg is flying over there. Let's see what's in the little tower here. Was this the old, was it potentially a well? It is a telescope. It's on the, not the highest part of the castle, but it's the highest ground in the castle.
Yeah, there's no way to get it.
Yeah, try to hold your hand, but yeah, you get the glare. But the old university observation. Celtic cross stone there. And we'll head to this outlook. Just a little too short, huh?
Und bevor ich dann halt die Mauerscheiße, die da runtergeschmissen haben, während die von den Schweden eingekesselt waren, glaube ich. Die Schweden haben die irgendwie mehrere Tage eingekesselt und bevor jemand die ganze Zeit überlebt sozusagen und dann irgendwie wieder befreit.
Okay, so we have finished our walk around the castle. It was quite cool. Some history there. And what I really liked about this tour is we came in one way and we're going out the other, so it really was a nice circle.
Yeah.
Alright, so just coming out of the castle on this side. We started on the far side and came around. Oh, this is too steep. I probably should pay attention to my walking. So we're heading, that's the corn house, the granary. We just passed the town hall here, the market square, coming out of the castle and coming back around this way. Yeah. And we're working our way to the Botanical Garden. This is the Stadt Museum, but it's also the corn house, the granary, the old city granaries. And again, more of the Altstadt goes all the way that way. You know, this would be a city you could live in for a few days and really experience, but we're here for just part of a day. And, you know, the buildings are great, lots of shops. And then one of my favorite things to always find is a, so here's the Rathaus and the Marktplatz. So we came out of the castle. We came out right here, even though many of these buildings have changed, because this is kind of how it looked. We came out through here, and then we walked down here, right here, and we are right here right now.
Okay.
So this is where we're standing. We're right here and working our way that way. Because although this is now a big city area, there's now a botanical garden up here. So working our way to the botanical garden. That's that way. So off we go. All right, we've come out of the square. We're at the Johanneskirche. And the Wilhelm Stiftung. Is around this way. All right, oh, nice little side stream here. Got a strong current. And then, yeah, some of the park here, but the main entrance, we're going up there. All right, so we've just officially entered the Botanical Garden. And just getting out of the sun, immediately 5 or more degrees cooler. wonderful smell of, yeah, lovely. And I think we go to the left. All right, so the botanical garden is just a lot of big open, I shouldn't say just, it's a lot of big open parks, and then some of the pathways are lined with different flowers, which is very pretty. Sitting quiet areas. And you have one outer loop that eventually joins up with this loop down here, which we stayed on the inside because that one was closer to the road. And working our way to what they call the old botanical yard. But yeah, so on one side of this there's a bunch of nice yellow and pink roses and flowers, and on this side you got some nice red roses. Hmm?
It's the same trees that line Brook Creek. Is it over there on this side? Probably not. It's really related.
What's interesting about this garden in a cool way is you have everybody here. You have students, elderly, young married couples, old families. Everybody's here. Couples of all sorts, religions, etc.